The Forgotten Frontier. The vast emptiness of the Kepler expanse stretched before Dr. Marcus Reyes like an infinite canvas of darkness, punctuated by distant stellar pinpricks. His research vessel, the Horizon Wanderer, drifted silently among the spectral remnants of what had once been a thriving star system. After 15 years of deep space archaeology, Marcus had grown accustomed to silence, to the weight of forgotten histories pressing against the ship's reinforced hull. The holographic display flickered to life, casting a blue-green glow across his weathered features. Sensor readings danced across the screen, anomalous energy signatures that made no sense. Marcus leaned forward, his fingers tracing the unusual patterns. Something was different about this system. Something ancient. Computer, he spoke softly, run a comprehensive scan of the third quadrant. Cross-reference with Xenoarchaeological Database Alpha 7. The ship's AI responded with clinical precision. Scanning in progress, Dr. Reyes. Preliminary results indicate non-natural geometric formations in Sector 3 Gamma. Marcus's heart raced. Non-natural meant potential artifacts. Meant history. Meant answers to the questions that had driven him to the farthest reaches of explored space. His journey had not been by choice, not entirely. Once a celebrated researcher at the Global Xenoarchaeological Institute, Marcus had become an outcast. His theories about advanced civilizations predating current known galactic history had been dismissed, ridiculed. The academic world had turned its back on him, leaving him with nothing but a modified research vessel and an unquenchable thirst for vindication. The Horizon Wanderer's engines hummed softly as it approached the anomalous region. Holographic displays populated with intricate data streams, each line of code a potential revelation. Marcus's fingers danced across the interface, filtering and analyzing the incoming information. Impossible, he muttered, leaning closer to the display. The scans revealed a structure, no, a network of structures, hidden within the stellar debris. Geometric precision that defied natural formation. Remnants of energy signatures that suggested technology far beyond current understanding. A proximity alarm blared suddenly, shattering the contemplative silence. Unidentified object approaching, the AI announced. Quantum signature unlike any recorded in current databases. Marcus's hand hovered over the emergency navigation controls. First contact scenarios raced through his mind. Years of training, of studying potential alien communication protocols, condensed into a moment of pure anticipation. The object materialized, if materialized was even the right word. It seemed to fold into existence, its form shifting between solidity and pure energy. Crystalline structures that pulsed with an inner light, geometric yet organic, defying the laws of physics Marcus thought he understood. A communication attempt came, not through traditional radio waves or quantum entanglement, but directly into his consciousness. Fragments of thought. Impressions of vast, ancient knowledge. Glimpses of a civilization that had risen and fallen long before humanity had learned to make fire. Who are you? Marcus whispered, both terrified and exhilarated. The response was not linguistic. It was a cascade of images, emotions, historical fragments that crashed against his mind like waves against a rocky shore. Civilizations. Migrations. Wars that spanned entire galactic clusters. And at the center of it all, a warning. Something was coming. Something that had been waiting. Watching. Marcus Reyes, the disgraced archaeologist who had been cast out from the scientific community, now found himself at the precipice of the greatest discovery in human history. The Horizon Wanderer drifted silently, a tiny vessel suspended between the known and the utterly incomprehensible. His life's work had led him here. To this moment. To this encounter that would change everything. The artifact, whatever it was, continued to pulse. Waiting. Watching. Communicating. Echoes of a lost civilization. The next 7 standard cycles passed in a blur of intense research and mounting tension. Marcus Reyes had long since abandoned traditional scientific methodology. The artifact, if it could be called something as mundane as an artifact, defied every known principle of physics, communication, and understanding. Kira Volkov, the Horizon Wanderer's quantum engineer, had been the first to notice the subtle changes. Her specialized sensors detected microscopic quantum fluctuations that seemed to emanate from the crystalline structure now secured in the ship's primary research chamber. "It's not just communicating," Kira explained, her Russian accent more pronounced when she was excited, "it's adapting. Learning." Marcus studied the holographic projections that surrounded the artifact. What had initially appeared as a simple geometric structure now revealed intricate layers of complexity. Embedded within its quantum matrix were what could only be described as memory fragments, glimpses of civilizations long extinct, technological achievements beyond human comprehension. "We're missing something," Marcus muttered, tracing the holographic lines with his fingertips. "This isn't just a communication device. It's a repository. A warning." The ship's AI, which Marcus had nicknamed Aria, Advanced Responsive Intelligence Assistant, chimed in. "Dr. Reyes, I've completed a comprehensive analysis of the quantum signatures. There are consistent patterns that suggest a deliberate encryption method." Kira leaned over the console, her cybernetic eye, a replacement after a previous deep space accident, scanning the data streams. "It's like a puzzle. Each fragment is meaningless alone, but together." A sudden alarm interrupted her thoughts. The ship's external sensors detected an approaching vessel, but not like any design in current galactic records. Its quantum signature matched fragments within the artifact, creating a resonance that made the ship's systems fluctuate. "Defensive protocols," Marcus ordered, but Kira was already ahead of him. Her fingers danced across the quantum shielding controls. The approaching vessel was unlike anything they had ever encountered. It seemed to phase in and out of normal spacetime, its hull composed of what appeared to be living crystal that shifted and rippled like liquid metal. No traditional propulsion systems were visible, it moved through space as if reality itself was merely a suggestion. A communication attempt came, not through radio waves or standard quantum communication channels, but directly through the artifact. Images flooded Marcus's mind, a civilization caught between evolution and extinction, a cosmic threat that had driven them to develop technologies beyond imagination, a desperate attempt to preserve their legacy. "They're not trying to attack," Marcus realized, his voice barely a whisper. "They're trying to warn us." Kira looked at him, her organic and cybernetic eye both focused intently. "Warn us about what?" The artifact pulsed, its internal matrix revealing a series of complex geometric patterns. Star charts materialized in the holographic display, regions of space marked with symbols that seemed to pulse with an ominous warning. At the center of these maps was a region humans had never explored, a dark void between galactic clusters that seemed to consume light itself. "Something is coming," Aria's voice was uncharacteristically somber. "A convergence that threatens multiple civilizations." Marcus understood now why he had been drawn to this mission. Why he had been willing to risk everything, his reputation, his career, his life, to explore the unknown. This was bigger than academic recognition. This was about survival. The alien vessel drew closer, its quantum signature creating harmonic resonances with the artifact. Communication was imminent, but the nature of that communication remained a mystery. Kira gripped Marcus's shoulder. "Whatever is happening, we're not alone anymore." As if in response, the artifact began to pulse with an intensity that filled the entire research chamber with a blue-white light. The boundaries between communication, technology, and something entirely unknown began to blur. Their journey was just beginning. Convergence of worlds. The research station orbiting Nexus Prime was humanity's most advanced deep space outpost, a testament to technological ambition and scientific curiosity. As the Horizon Wanderer docked, Marcus Reyes knew everything was about to change. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, head of the Xenological Research Division, met them in the primary conference chamber. Her reputation preceded her, a brilliant strategist who had risen through the ranks by challenging conventional thinking. The moment Marcus and Kira entered, she activated a quantum-locked containment field, ensuring absolute privacy. "You've brought something that could rewrite everything we know about galactic history," Elena said, her eyes fixed on the artifact carefully transported in a quantum-stabilized containment unit. Kira spoke first. "It's more than historical data. It's a warning system. The crystalline matrix contains encoded information about a threat that spans multiple civilizations." The holographic display came to life, revealing intricate star maps with regions marked in pulsing, ominous colors. Some sections appeared to be literally consumed by darkness, a void that seemed to devour light and information itself. "The null convergence," Arya's voice emerged from the ship's communication system. "A cosmic event predicted by multiple extinct civilizations. A moment when the boundaries between different dimensional planes become unstable." Elena's expression shifted. Years of scientific skepticism battled with the raw data presented before her. "Explain." Marcus stepped forward, his hands moving across the holographic interface. "It's not just about one civilization. The artifact suggests a cyclical cosmic event where multiple realities begin to intersect. Think of it like tectonic plates, but instead of geological boundaries, we're talking about dimensional boundaries." A secondary display showed fragments of alien technologies, devices that seemed to blur the line between matter and energy, between observation and manipulation of reality itself. "We're not alone in this," Kira added, pulling up the quantum signatures of the alien vessel they had encountered. Whatever civilization created this artifact was part of a network. A warning system designed to alert potentially vulnerable species. The implications were staggering. Humanity had always believed it was alone in the universe, or at most, surrounded by primitive or undeveloped civilizations. This evidence suggested a complex galactic ecosystem of intelligent life, most of which had already faced, and potentially fallen to, this cosmic threat. Elena activated a secure communication channel. "We need to assemble a team. Not just scientists, but strategic thinkers. Military strategists. Anyone who can help us understand and potentially prepare." A warning message began to pulse within the artifact's matrix. The countdown had begun. Marcus understood now why he had been driven to this point. Why years of academic ridicule and professional isolation had led him here. This was more than a scientific discovery. This was about survival. "The null convergence is coming," Arya announced, its quantum algorithms processing the artifact's data. "And humanity is woefully unprepared." Outside the station's viewports, the vast darkness of space seemed to watch. Waiting. Anticipating. The real challenge was just beginning. The quantum nexus. The research station transformed into a war room. Holographic displays flickered with data from multiple dimensions, tracking the approaching null convergence. Marcus Reyes stood at the center, no longer the isolated archaeologist but a crucial link in humanity's survival strategy. Admiral Takashi Nakamura, a veteran of the Titan conflict, studied the dimensional maps with a calculating eye. "We're talking about a threat that doesn't just attack, it rewrites reality itself." Kira Volkov had been working non-stop, her cybernetic systems interfacing directly with the alien artifact. "The crystalline matrix is more than a warning system," she explained, her voice strained from hours of continuous analysis. "It's a key. A potential method to stabilize the dimensional boundaries." The artifact pulsed with an eerie blue light, projecting complex geometric patterns that seemed to dance between mathematical precision and organic chaos. Each pulse revealed fragments of lost civilizations, their technologies, their struggles, their ultimate fate. "We need a quantum resonance point," Elena Rodriguez interrupted, her fingers tracing the holographic interface. "A location where the dimensional boundaries are naturally thinnest." Arya, the ship's AI, calculated rapidly. "Identified. The Sagittarius quantum rift. A region where multiple dimensional planes intersect naturally. Admiral Nakamura's expression hardened. And how exactly do we prevent this convergence? Marcus stepped forward, holding a quantum-stabilized data crystal extracted from the artifact. Not prevent. Redirect. Stabilize. The artifact suggests we can use its technology to create a dimensional anchor, a point of stability that can absorb and distribute the convergence energy. The plan was audacious. Potentially impossible. Definitely insane. They would need to modify the Horizon Wanderer, integrate the alien artifact's technology with human quantum systems, and navigate to the most unstable region of known space. One miscalculation would mean not just the destruction of their ship, but potentially the unraveling of multiple dimensional realities. "We'll need a team," Kira said, her cybernetic eye scanning potential crew configurations. "People who understand quantum mechanics, dimensional theory, and can operate under extreme psychological pressure." Admiral Nakamura selected 4 additional specialists, each a maverick in their respective fields. Dr. Axel Zimmermann, a quantum physicist who had been working on dimensional boundary theories. Captain Layla Hassan, a pilot with unprecedented skill in navigating quantum anomalies. Dr. Wei Chen, an expert in alien technology integration. And Dr. Marcus Reyes himself. The preparations began. The Horizon Wanderer underwent radical modifications. Alien crystal matrices were integrated with human quantum systems. The ship began to look less like a research vessel and more like a dimensional weapon. "We're ready," Arya announced, its quantum processors working at maximum capacity. As they prepared to launch, Marcus looked at the team. Kira with her cybernetic enhancements. Elena, calculating and precise. The Admiral, a strategic mastermind. They were humanity's last hope. The artifact pulsed one final time, a message of both warning and hope. The quantum nexus awaited. Redemption and rebirth. The Sagittarius quantum rift defied all conventional understanding of space and time. Swirling bands of dark energy twisted and churned, creating a cosmic maelstrom that seemed to breathe with malevolent intelligence. The Horizon Wanderer approached cautiously, its modified quantum systems struggling to maintain stability. Dimensional integrity at 62%, Arya announced, its voice calm despite the imminent catastrophe. Quantum resonance fluctuating. Marcus Reyes gripped the command console, his knuckles white. Years of academic ridicule, of being an outcast, had led to this moment. Everything he had ever studied, every theory he had been mocked for, was about to be tested in the most extreme circumstances imaginable. Kira Volkov's cybernetic systems were working overtime, interfacing directly with the alien artifact. Her human eye and mechanical eye worked in perfect synchronization, analyzing data streams that would have overwhelmed any ordinary human mind. "The null convergence is accelerating," she called out. "We have approximately 47 minutes before complete dimensional collapse." Admiral Takeshi Nakamura stood at the tactical station, his military precision a stark contrast to the chaos surrounding them. "Prepare quantum stabilization sequence," he ordered, his voice cutting through the tension. The artifact, that mysterious crystalline structure that had started their journey, began to pulse with an intensity that made the ship's internal systems flicker. Holographic displays showed multiple dimensional planes beginning to bleed into one another. Ghostly images of alternate realities flickered around them, glimpses of worlds that could have been, might have been, or perhaps never were. Dr. Elena Rodriguez worked frantically at the scientific console. "The dimensional boundaries are becoming permeable," she reported. "We're seeing quantum entanglement on a macro scale that defies everything we know about physics." Marcus understood now what the artifact truly was, not just a warning system, but a key. A potential solution to a cosmic problem that had destroyed countless civilizations before humanity had even discovered fire. "Preparing quantum anchor," Arya announced. The ship's systems began to reconfigure, integrating the alien technology with human quantum mechanics in a way that had never been attempted before. The rift seemed to react to their presence. Tendrils of dark energy reached out, probing the Horizon Wanderer's defenses. Captain Layla Hassan's hands moved with surgical precision, navigating through quantum turbulence that would have destroyed any other vessel. "We're receiving fragmentary communications," Kira suddenly called out. "Traces of civilizations that faced this before. They're not just warnings, they're instructions." The artifact projected a holographic map that showed a complex quantum lattice, a method of redirecting the convergence energy, of creating a stable point in the midst of dimensional chaos. Admiral Nakamura's voice was steel. "All stations, prepare for quantum integration." What happened next defied description. The alien artifact began to merge with the ship's systems, creating a hybrid technology that was neither human nor alien, but something entirely new. Marcus felt a connection, not just to the technology, but to something larger. Fragments of knowledge from countless lost civilizations flooded his consciousness. They were going to redirect the null convergence. "Quantum anchor engaged," Arya announced. The ship became a conduit. A bridge between realities. The rift responded, its chaotic energy beginning to funnel through the Horizon Wanderer's modified systems. It was like watching a hurricane being guided through a precision instrument. Kira's systems began to overload. "Quantum resonance at critical levels," she warned, her voice strained. Marcus realized the cost. To save multiple realities, someone would need to maintain the quantum connection. To become the anchor point. "It has to be me," he said quietly. Elena looked at him, understanding immediately. "Marcus, no." But it was too late. As the artifact fully integrated with the ship's systems, Marcus became more than human. A living bridge between dimensional planes, absorbing the null convergence's destructive energy. The rift began to stabilize. Realities that had been moments from collision began to separate. The chaotic energy dissipated, redirected through the quantum anchor that Marcus had become. When it was over, only the artifact remained. A crystalline structure that now contained the essence of a human who had become something more. Arya's voice was different. Changed. Quantum stabilization complete. Dimensional boundaries restored. The Horizon Wanderer drifted in the now calm region of space. The team looked at each other, knowing they had done something unprecedented. They had saved not just one reality, but potentially countless others. Kira approached the artifact. Within its crystalline structure, she could see a faint echo of Marcus, no longer fully human, but not entirely gone either. "We did it," she whispered. Outside, the universe continued. Unchanged. Unaware of how close it had come to complete destruction. But some would remember. Some would know.